I quit my job, moved into my campervan, and brought my leather workshop with me. Here's how I craft whilst on the road. This video will be a behind-the-scenes exclusive of my current life road tripping across Canada, crafting leather in some of the most beautiful spots I could have imagined. Today I'll show you my road trip and travels across Western Canada, a full tour of my campervan I built for road tripping, how and where I craft leather whilst on the road. I'm also then going to show you the tools and materials I brought with me, so you can see the essentials you need for leather crafting whilst on the move. So I'm currently 2 months into my road trip, traveling from Vancouver through British Columbia up to the Yukon territory. Currently clocked in over 5,500 kilometers road tripping in my campervan, in some of the most beautiful scenery I've ever imagined. The views and wildlife have been insane, and this is a lifetime trip across the Pacific Northwest. So when researching for this trip, I discovered that there are no leather stores on this whole route. So I had to bring everything that I could possibly need with me. Later on in the video, I'm going to walk through all of the tools, equipment, and materials that I brought that give me everything I need to be leather crafting on the road. So this is my Ford E150 converted campervan. My partner and I built her out 3 years ago when we moved to Canada. There were so many late cold nights building out our campervan, but finally we have our dream van ready to explore the rugged terrain that the Pacific Northwest has to offer. But there's a problem. Working 40 hours a week, you never have enough time to explore. So we've quit our jobs, moved into the campervan, and are now leather crafting across Canada. So I'm going to give you a full tour now, and then I'll dive into how I leather craft whilst on the road. Let's go. Okay, so starting at the front, we have our cab. So nothing too exciting here, just a full compressor fridge freezer in the middle for those warm summer days. Moving to the main body of the van, so this is our kitchen, living room all in one. So we have cutlery, plates, bowls, coffee setup, everything up here. And then the essential off-grid electrical cupboard with solar panel charging, engine part, everything so that we can stay off-grid for a few days. Middle cupboard with just kitchen storage and food, nothing too exciting. On the left, we have potable water, trash can, cleaning supplies, and then probably my favorite feature of the van, running water. Then underneath the bed, we've got access to the garage, which is our main storage. That's packed full of tents, sleeping bags, food for the trip. Then a memory foam bed that is the most comfy bed I've ever stayed in. And then the part of the build that I'm probably most proud of, the sunken bed storage unit. So this is a live edge piece of American red cedar with his and hers clove storage beneath. And then we have mosquito nets on both doors so we can keep them at bay whilst getting some nice fresh air in here. And then moving back into the main body of the van, finally we have my indoor workbench. So for wet and rainy days or when there's no shelter, I craft here in the van. The space is really cramped and my back hurts after doing it for too long, but I can't complain because I've got my traveling workshop with me wherever I go. But on sunny days like today, I'll use the outdoor workbench at the wreck site. So here I have lots of space to spread out and usually stunning views that make the crafting process super enjoyable. But the table is usually really uneven, which makes cutting anything large really difficult. And the table is really loud for any punching or stamping. So my solution is to find a tree stump and then use that. That way I can do everything I need without disturbing the very few neighbors that we sometimes have. So now I'll go through everything that I brought with me to leathercraft on the road. If you've enjoyed this behind the scenes video, please like it and subscribe for new videos every other week. Thanks so much, your support really helps me to continue making these videos. So starting with tools, the essentials to do any crafting. Blades, edge beveler, wood slicker, got my stitching chisels, drive punches, awl, plastic applicator, my maul, rotary punch, hammer for setting rivets with the anvil, punching block for stitching chisels, my logo stamps, and then letter stamps. These are really great for any personalization. I then have my strop for honing my blades. Masking tape, check out the link in the description or up on the video now for my guide for cross-stitching without leaving a mark using masking tape. Then looking at the mini hand tools, thread snippers for cutting your thread down, pen for marking out on patterns, and then a little bit of beeswax, which is really nice for either finishing edges or making your thread a little bit more waxed. Lighter for burning those thread ends. I then have a variety of sewing needles, my mini cutting board. It's a little small for any large projects and it's pretty difficult to work with, but it works in a pinch. And then finally my cork back ruler for keeping those leather pieces nice and secure. On to materials and equipment that I brought with me. Leather cement, check out the link in the description or up on the video now. to see my full deep dive into why you need to wait for cement to get tacky before you stick two pieces together. I then have token oil for finishing my edges and burnishing them. These mini bulldog clips that have a piece of leather on there, which really help to keep the piece nice and secure without damaging it. My contour ink stamp with ink pad. If you were going on a road trip, what one leather tool have I missed off here that you would bring? Drop a comment down below. 3 different types of polishing compound. I then have 6 different colors of wax thread for different projects. Then a variety of sandpaper that goes from 120 up to 2000 grit. I use these for finishing the edges of leather, but then also for sharpening a variety of tools, so we can get to nice razor sharp edges. I then have a ton of different fasteners and clips, snap setting tools, grommets and grommet setting tools, rivets of all different sizes and colors, snaps, custom contour keyrings, magnetic closures, and button studs. Next, we're going to look at the leather that I brought with me. I was really limited in the leather that I could bring on this trip, so I brought a few large pieces with me, and then I brought a ton of little scraps. I also forgot that I've got wing dividers, but they're currently my microphone stand. So to start with, I've got this super nice moss green veg tan. It's got an unbelievable texture in the hand. And I bought 10 square foot of this with me, but I don't actually have very much left. Then I've got this 10 square foot cognac chrome tan. This has a really beautiful pull up that's going to age really nicely. So I've not used much of this yet. I've got a really exciting project coming up. So I'm going to attempt to make a shoulder bag from scratch for my partner, using just inspiration that I learned a few months ago whilst making this bike bag. I'm going to take what I've learned and see if I can just wing it on the day and learn how to make a shoulder bag from scratch. Then I've just got my mini scraps bag. So I love using scraps and finding a really interesting piece of leather that I like and then trying to make something exciting out of it. I also use all of my scraps for tool hacks, sharpening guides, and everything like that. So they're really great to have with you. And then finally, I've just also got my big bag of patterns. These are all the patterns that I've made myself, or patterns from the other creators that I used to make goods and presents for my family. If you've liked this video, you may enjoy one of my others. Maybe check out one of my other videos up on the screen or on my channel. Now you finish this one.